Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in the garage working on the 1932 Aston Martin, and I've got some of the painting done on it, and I've run into some challenges. Originally I wasn't going to make a video about painting this car, because I figured that was pretty easy for most people, but I've run into some challenges, and I thought I'd share with you how I overcame those challenges. So let's get started. So challenges with painting this CycleKart is primarily due to the size of these large side panels. When you're painting with a rattle can, which is what I'm using, Rustoleum rattle cans, it's really hard to get a nice even coat. And I've looked at some things on the internet about warming the cans up. I put one out in the sun, and all it did was make the bottom pop out and made it expand. So probably not the greatest of ideas, and it didn't really solve the problem. It still has foggy areas where you're painting. Because as you're painting it, as you go, either way, whether you go this way and work your way back or go forward, there's always little foggy spots with this spray can. Smaller pieces don't have that problem so much as the larger panels. And I also have problems with some striping. Like there was darker areas that you could see in certain light. Like it was, the paint was like almost like darker in areas. It just, I was really having a problem with it. And so I sanded it down, repainted it a couple different times, and I just decided, and I was trying to avoid having to polish it and trying to sand it down and polish it, because that's just a lot of work. But that's what I ended up having to do. So wet sanding it and then running it through a rubbing compound and a couple layers of polish to bring the shine up and to really make it look good. So that's pretty much what I did. So I'm going to show you my process right now, starting with preparing the metal, priming the metal, painting it, and then the polishing. So I'm going to do that on one of the parts I have ready to do that now. So let's get going. So to get you caught up on where we are before I start showing you the process, these are the panels that I sanded. The side panels and the cowl. You see how nice and shiny those are? They turned out pretty good, I gotta think, for rattle can treatment. This panel on the tail has not been polished yet. If you can see the light, it's a little bit foggier looking. There's some blemishes in it here and there. You can see one really well right there, I think, right there. So we'll sand that down and polish it when I have it on the car later. Initially I was going to, these door cards, which are on the table here, I was gonna have those upholstered, maybe I still will. But they go in here just to finish this off. So I'm going to paint those just to show you the example of how I'm doing this process. So these again are the nice big flat panels. So I'm going to put the camera down and sand these with the 220 paper. It's just a handheld 220. You could use a DA sander, that'd be fine too. The purpose of this is to get the oxidation off the panel and to kind of sand it a little bit so that the primer will grab a little bit better. So let's get started. Okay, so I've got the parts sanded and I've washed them off with a garden hose and wiped them clean. And I've got this Rustoleum self-etching primer. I've used this on all my other cars, it seems to work really well. Other primers might work, but this happens to be what I like to use because it is designed to bond to aluminum. It says so right there on the can. So I'm going to set the camera down and go ahead and primer these. A couple light coats is all it takes, and then we'll wet sand these and get them ready for paint. Sorry for the weird angle, but that's kind of the only place I can put my camera. Okay, so the primer's cured and this is ready to paint. I didn't sand this. It came out so smooth and flat, I figured, you know what, let's try it without sanding it. Save a labor step. If it was all foggy or had those little dull spots, I might sand it, but this turned out really, really well, so there's no runs or anything in it. So let's get to painting. Okay, I'm going to paint the edge first because that's going to be the top edge. I want to make sure that's got paint on it. I'm going to go in a couple different directions. Make sure we got full coverage on this. First coat's going to go down light. Because we're painting it on a flat surface, we don't need to worry about runs. Okay, coated pretty good. Now this paint, I've had problems in the past if I let this dry completely. and you try the second coat at like 20 or 30 minutes later, it wants to wrinkle and peel. It's like it's trying to re-emulsify the paint that's already on there to help it increase bond. So it's important to keep it damp or tacky in between coats. Don't let it dry all the way. So now I'm going to go this direction with it. Yeah, that coated pretty good. So I'm going to go one more direction, up and down. And I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way across, so that because it tends to blow forward, and that's where the fogginess tends to happen. Just overlapping the pattern here. That looks pretty good. Yeah. That's probably all it's going to take, three light coats. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so this paint is dried pretty well in the sun all day long. I'm ready to get some sanding and some polishing done. So here's what I'm using. I'm using 3000 grit wet sandpaper. And I've got a rubbing compound and a polishing pad that goes along with it. There's different grades of polishing pad. This one's for scratches and swirls. This one's for light polishing. And this one's for final finish. There are different grades of foam pads. Technically, probably the Turtle Wax and this Meguiar's they're both rubbing compounds. Although when I was using them earlier, this one, I would see a lot more of the color of the paint in the surface when I'm polishing with this. This one a little less. So I think this is probably a little more of a cutting power. So I'm using that as the first step, second step, third step. So as I'm using these, I'll be wiping them clean with a damp rag, and because it leaves this like milky cream on the surface. We wipe it down, I remove all that buffing compound and the paint, I guess it's inside the buffing compound. Wipe it off and start with each pass with a clean piece of metal. So there's no like old compound on here each time I add more compound. And so as I go through, I'll go through the entire panel with this one and that rubbing compound. Then I'll clean it and switch to this next one. This next one, again, I'm going to be wiping the surface down, cleaning it in between passes, and I'll take probably 2 or 3 passes with each of these. And the final polishing phase, now this one tells you polish it until it starts to dry, and then stop polishing and then wipe it clean with a microfiber rag. So I've got one of those here. I use this process on the sides. You can see how shiny that is. I can see myself in it. Hello. And on the cowl, you can see how shiny. It's a little dusty at the moment, but it's very, very shiny. A little bit of orange peel left in it, but that's okay. I didn't want to cut it down so much that I had to work so hard to polish it. I just wanted to get it shiny. You see how shiny this is. You see myself holding the phone in it. And this is just sitting in the garage in the dark, basically. So let's do the sanding phase. Okay, so I'm using the water hose on a flat surface. You can do this any way you want, but this is just on my sidewalk out front of my house. So I'm going to stay away from the immediate edges. I'm just going to use light pressure just to smooth off the surface, because this has got a little bit of dust in it. A bug landed in this one spot. I'm going to sand that spot down to make it smooth. I'm going to stay away from the edges as best I can, because it's hard to buff the edges. It really just is. Okay, so I've got it sanded and I've rinsed it off and dried it. And once you've done that, you can really see the imperfections, where that bug was at. I don't know if you see that in the light or not, but I smoothed it as best I could. And a couple little tiny spots, you can see there might have been little particles of dust or something. Anyway, you see there's chalkiness almost on the surface now, so a little bit of orange peel in it. I could have continued to sand and got all that orange peel out, but for CycleKarts, it doesn't really matter that much. So, anyway, so we're gonna get started on the polishing. Now the polishing pads, I all got those are all from Harbor Freight, and I got my polisher from Harbor Freight, Chicago Electric. So this is a 6-inch dual action polishing tool. So Harbor Freight comes through again. So let's get started. So you want to put your polishing unit right on the pad. There's tutorials online to tell you how to do all this stuff, but I'm sure you guys can figure that out. If I'm doing something wrong, I'm sure somebody's going to let me know, but this is what I do. So I'm working about half the panel at a time, so I can control the compound doesn't dry up too badly. Just take a damp rag, we'll wipe all that excess off of there. Might have to clamp the panel to the table because it's moving around a lot on me. Okay, I'm going to go over that one more time. Okay, so let's dry this off real quick. Take a look and see how much of that chalkiness is gone. I don't know if you can see in the camera or not. This is still foggy looking, but all that chalkiness is over here is gone from this side. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. But, so a few more passes, we'll have it. We'll do the next type of polish. We'll actually continue over here with this one and then move on to the next type of polish. Yeah, it's already looking better. Okay. So I'll start again over here with the other step. Change out the pads. This is the green. See how the green is picking up in the stuff, in the compound. Let's get off the edge over here. It's got some smears in it from the towel, but that's looking pretty good. All right, next up is polish. Okay, so we'll just go through the whole process again with the next phase. You have one more pass to get that. It's looking pretty good. Okay. Yep. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so we got the first panel polished. See how you can see my reflection in the camera. And then the other panel that's not polished, you can see my reflection, but it's just blurry, no details. Lots of details, no details. Big difference in the finished result. So polishing it really makes a difference. Now, you notice I did this with no rivets in it. I'm going to have to drill rivet holes in this, not a big deal. But I'm installing rivets after paint, and all I'm doing is I'm just painting the rivets in advance. So you could assemble the whole thing and paint it with the rivets in place, or do it like I'm doing where you drill the holes, paint the rivets, and then install painted rivets. So that's how I'm doing it. Seems to be working okay. Hope you guys' project goes a lot easier than mine. A little bit of trial and error for this one, so but we did get it worked out. So we'll be done in time for Huntsville, because today is April 2nd, 2022. We got to get this done by May 12th, I think. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you next time.